Time for Baritone Ukulele. Let's go and post it on the website. jollyrogerukulele.com. And of course, we also have decided we're going to start tweeting. And so I can tweet that. I'm going to figure out what I got to do to Facebook it too. I think if I can do that, then we are officially so high tech. All right, so first go to Jolly Roger Ukulele, download this sheet music. We're building a baritone program. I have a long way to go on it, but we're going to get there. And it'll be awesome. Then open a new tab, update and update. All right, so there's that. That should come up just fine. That'll get everybody rolling in here. We've got a very strong baritone group these days. They are committed to turning baritone into a thing. It turns out you see a little bit of baritone on the interwebs, not very much, and want to make more of it. So we want to make good stuff. Jolly Roger Ukulele.com. There they pop up. We tweet, and let's see. All right, so they got to fix that. All right, good. All right, so there goes Twitter. It doesn't put up a little picture of me. Oh, well, that's a bummer. All right, so that's not cool. Let's see, who else? Let's see, who's wandered in here? Valerie's in here. Valerie says, I'm sounding good. Lanny is here. Baritone, good morning to you. Sound is fine. Hola from Viking land. Hello from north of Colfax. All right. Well, let's see. What do I have to say? I don't know. I don't have anything fascinating to tell you guys this morning. So we will just be playing through our list today. And I don't have a nighttime class tonight. So I am optimistic, and I don't necessarily know it'll be baritone music, but I'm optimistic that I can just sit and write music tonight. And so I'll see, it feels like sort of in this constant state of rushing around trying to get music written. And for you guys that are baritone players, you're a little bit, well, it's kind of a bummer because I don't have 10 or 12 years worth of material to draw from for you guys. And so you will be patient with me as I get stuff put up for you. I do believe that when we're all done, we will have a much, much better list of songs and resources available for baritone players than anywhere else on the internet. That's my hope. And, the little bit of stuff that's out there is really, it's fine, but it's just not at our level, right? And so I want to keep pushing that out to you guys. And it does take twice as long to do baritone music as ukulele music because the way the whole software conversion thing does it. And so it is a little bit slower coming. The good news is I've already written the tunes for other instruments, and that just means I just have to take the time to convert it into baritone. And then we'll have nice sheet music, just like everybody else. Let's see. Good morning, Carol. I bet you're pretty snowy up there, right? We had about an inch or two here in town overnight, and it looks like the mountains got hit pretty decent, so that's exciting. Terry's in. Good morning. Another north of Colfax. Connie's in. Jack is very far north of Colfax. He's up in Illinois. Let's see, Terry. Vikings north. I know, right? You guys are good at handling adversity when you live on the other side of Colfax. Good morning, Ray. Welcome in. All right, guys. So if there's something you particularly would like to play today off the list, let me know. I'm happy to start with whatever you think you want to work on, and then maybe we'll just rotate through the list a whole bunch. In the Bleak Midwinter was new yesterday, and I think if I remember right, we dug into it pretty deeply and got everything set up. And then of course. Every single song on your list, I'm looking at your list right now going, golly, that's a pretty nice list of tunes. If you were able to put yourself together a little concert for your family or friends or over there at Mile High Stadium or whatever, if you just played those songs, you'd be in pretty good shape. Let me get my baritone tuned in. So I put Diodario titaniums on here, and I have to be honest, I could not be more disappointed in their overall sound quality. I'm probably going to be changing out these two strings almost immediately. I try to give new things an opportunity. They just sound dead, and they're only 3 weeks old. So we may have to go back to Sabaris. Viking Land, your Starbucks is closed. What? I worked at Starbucks about 12 years, and we had one day when we weren't able to open. I don't know if you remember, there was this massive blizzard. Oh, what year was that? 2007, maybe? No, it was before I was a shift supervisor, so it must have been 2006. And we had snow up to the roof of our Starbucks, and somebody had come by and turned off the power, so we also lost all of our milk, and so we had to close for that day. Outside of that, open. What's a Starbucks? Does not. What's a Starbucks? Yeah, right. Starbucks. 3 reasons to stay alive. 1, Starbucks. 2, Donna Bright. 3, what was my third one? A hot shower in the morning. If you can have those 3 things in your life, you're set. You don't need anything else. All right, let's see. If you lose Starbucks, that's a lot. Losing the Starbucks. Sorry, Cindy. How come it's closed? That's crazy to me. Okay, so nobody's telling me what you want to play. So we're gonna start at the top of the list. We'll just play through for a while. Angels We Have Heard on High. Angels We Have Heard on High. And I think one of the things that I'm working on myself is just trying to get a little more smoothness in the play. When you see something nasty coming up, to be reading far enough ahead to know what you're going to do when you get there. And so let's see how we do with Angels We Have Heard on High. We play it down through 14, come back up to the top, and then play it back down. Play it to the bottom, and then come back up and play it from measure 9. I got a couple of little typos I want to fix on this. All right, from the top, 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, I'm playing the wrong notes. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. 10. I'm just like, oh yeah, it's that bar chord. Whatever, but the last song I was all 5s and 8s, and then now we're in G or D for you guys. We gotta get my head around changing the key. Let's play it one more time. I don't want to mess up the last chord. That's one of the things that is frowned upon in the musical industry. From the top, let me switch my foot pedal around. Goes on the left foot for guitar and the right foot for baritone. That's how that works. All right, here we go. From the top. 1, 2, 3, 4. There we go. That's what we meant to do. Beautiful, right? Oh, I hadn't thought about that. I guess that's true, right? If you don't have enough people to staff your Starbucks, you can't open. I had plenty of times when we were understaffed, but never a time when we didn't have any staff. And so, yeah, probably. Well, I guess you got to get in the car and drive further, Cindy, right? Sorry about that. Let's see. Next up on the list of the hits. I would say, even though it's old-fashioned, that's a beautiful tune, Angels We Have Heard Unheard. Really, really nice. Angels from the Realm of Glory is next. I don't have those in alphabetical order, do I? I should fix that. Angels from the Realm of Glory. This is a super old-fashioned song, 1816. But it still holds together pretty well. And again, if you're looking for songs, if you're newer and you're like, okay, I get the chords, right? Angels we have heard are angels from the realms of glory, ring your fly o'er the plains. That's where most of us have started with playing baritone is just getting your chords together and strumming and singing a little bit. And then you meet me, of course, and I'm like, you should stop doing that because that sounds ridiculous. You should start playing melody. And this is another great song for that. Right, so it's all there, and you get enough chance to jump up to 7. Like I missed it just now, but you worked at getting that in there. And then, but this song in particular is really good for getting you into the chord melody or tough uke arrangements. And so a lot of times when people get started with me, they'll get where they're playing melody pretty well, and then they'll be like, okay, I got to start with tough uke. And then they start on too hard of a song. This is a great song to start on, especially if you're newer to baritone, of just really working your way through it carefully and methodically and thinking about what each moment means, because mostly it's running into this G chord, D chord, and E minor program. These are chords that really fit together nicely. And let's walk through it and just talk about it for just a minute. So the first one, 003, right? You can do that. And then a regular G chord. And you could even put your ring over both of those strings and move very little. And then the hard part for me always is how do I get up the fretboard effectively? One of the things I've learned is I do have to look away from the sheet music. And a lot of times when I'm here on YouTube, I'm in such a panic to keep the music moving along that I'm staring, I'm usually a measure or so ahead of where I'm playing. And I'm really trying to think about just get it there, just get it there. And a lot of times I won't look down to double check that I've got my fret on the right, my finger on the right fret. And then all of a sudden I've got this bum note. So then I get this cognitive dissonance. Oh, you just hit a bad note. And for me, I'm pretty capable of just moving on from bad notes. I don't worry about them too much. But that's not what you want to be doing, right? You want to be like, okay, I got a 7 coming up. Look down, make sure you're and you're fretted on the 7. If your ring is on the 7, you know your index finger's on the 5, and so you're in pretty good shape. And then getting that back down here to 3, sometimes in the beginning you got to look down and make sure you've got the 3, but eventually you get where you're so familiar with this end of the fretboard that you may not need to look down for your 3s. I still have to on, because I switch instruments all the time. I do have to double check that I'm hitting the 3. Okay, so there's that 7 shows up. Just make sure your ring's on it. And then your index finger hits the 5, and then slide down to the 3, and then a C chord there. D chord I almost never need to look at anymore. I just feel it. I just know where that sucker is. If I can get my middle finger even close, and then it repeats. E minor, I almost always, we learn it as we're strumming and we learn to put our middle finger here, but so often there's going to be notes, melody notes under an E minor, so I almost always these days go with an index finger there, and that makes it much easier for me to get the 3. And hopefully D chord and A chord are part of what you do as a player. That's going to come up a billion times in your life, and so just D to A, D to A. Do that lots and lots, and I think then your hands are just memorizing that because it's going to happen all of the time. And then measure 9, again, D chord, pinky up on 5. It's not necessarily pleasant, but unless you have little teeny tiny hands, you will be able to do it. And then lose your pinky. 7 again. And that G chord to the C chord again is another thing that's going to come up over and 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 over. So it's time well spent just teaching your hand how to do that. And then a bar chord with your pinky on 8. You guys have already seen that a million times. That makes your ring finger on 7, just what we'd want. 5's already held down. E minor 7, 2003. The hard part of this song right here, quickly getting a G chord on and adding your pinky on at the 3. You really want to do that exact thing. You want that D chord on, you want that pinky on. And then you have getting it on takes a little bit of work, but then you're guaranteed of getting your big finish. Newborn King Bong. Okay. All right. So this would be a really good one if you're newer to chord melody, to slow it down, play through it, really be mindful and thoughtful about it. Every single thing in here follows the specific rules that we hand out, with the exception probably E minor with your index finger is the only kind of rule that we're violating on this. And we're violating it, which you will a lot, because we've got melody notes on 3 and 2 here. And so if you put your middle finger on here, then you're looking at using pinky and ring, and you'll be a little less efficient probably. Okay, from the top, 2 times through. Those of you guys that are chord melody people, thumb, make sure you're doing thumb 1 time through with thumb. That's if you're newer. And if you've been around a while, you want to do thumb and your claw. So you want to make sure that you are practicing both, because they're going to give you a so much more broad, beautiful range of ability to play if you can play both ways. Okay, from the top, 1, 2, 3, 4. You could do, I didn't put a glissando on this one. It sounds fine probably without a glissando. Probably. One or the other. Find your best ending on that. That's a pretty little tune. And again, another one where if you're newer and you're working on getting your tough uke together, definitely high on the list of ones I might pick to get you going. All right, Bring a Torch, Jeanette Isabella. Let's go grab that one. Bring a torch, Jeanette Isabella. And we spent last week. We spent some time doing a transposition of this song from D to C, and so again, I do think that's one more thing. Those of you guys that are a little bit higher level working on this stuff is go back to chords and singing a little bit and try it in different keys. So the main key here is bring a torch, John. Bring a torch, John. That is a Bella. Bring a torch to the table. Run. Okay, but then we switched it into C, which is bring a torch, Jeanette Isabella. Bring a torch to the stable. Run. And then, you could do it into other keys. You've got E chord. E is very good for baritone. A is very good for baritone. I would be thinking of baritone as the same keys as guitar are pretty good. C is pretty good for you guys, much better for you guys than guitar. C kind of sucks on guitar, but on baritone it's fine. And then you also have G, D, A, and E are all chords, are all keys that are pretty nice for you. You guys get E chord, which is lovely, and on ukulele we don't get E chord, so you have while you're B7. That's a really pleasant key for you mostly, and when you have that, why heck, you can play all the guitar music. A lot of guitarists only know how to play in one key, and so a lot of music is written in the key of E. All right, let's play this just as written. I'm going to play it 3 times. I'm going to go through and I'm going to play melody first, then I'm going to play chords, and then I'm going to play tough uke. 1, 2, 3. 5, 3, 3, 2, 3, 0, 2, 3, 2, 0, 5, 3, 3, 2, 3, 0, 2, 0, 3. 5, 5, 5, 3, 2, 2, 0, 3, 3, 2, 0, 2, 3, 2, 2, 3, 3, 2, 0, 3, 2, 3, 0, 3, 2, 3, 2, 0, 5, 2, 2, 3, 0, 2, 3, 3, 2, 3, 0. 3, 2, 3, 2, 0, 5, 3, 2, 3, 2. And then singing. Bring a torch, Jeanette Isabella. Bring a torch to the table. Run. Christ is born, tell the folk. streets of the village Jesus is born, and Mary's calling on. How beautiful is the mother. Ah, beautiful is the child. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. Three different ways to play. All three are good. All three are ways you want to be able to play. And I think sometimes we're in such a rush to play it things any specific way that we ignore the other ways, and then all of a sudden we get terrible at those ways. When I go to a strum along, I struggle a little bit. Meanwhile, if I went down here to our local strum along, Doug has been running it since year number 2 of that, which we started it in 2003, maybe something like that. But Doug's been running it ever since then. And if I went down there, he would walk circles around me, right? Because he is a legitimate, serious, hardcore chord player, and he knows everything about chording. Whereas I'm okay with him, but I don't work on him because I don't sing that much. But you want to be always continually trying on that to make sure that you are keeping all of those juices flowing in all of those ways possible to play, especially as baritone players. You're going to play a lot of chords if you hang out with other people. You are going to be a chord person, and so just make sure you're always every single song probably taken through a little run through there. So what's going on over here? Tanya made it back, finally able to get back to baritone. Welcome back, Tanya. Tanya's our baritone. She's been playing in baritone forever, and so it's delightful to see you, Tanya. Welcome back. All right, next up on our list of the hits, Deck the Halls. Let's go look at Deck the Halls, see how we're doing with that one. Just a reminder, we won't be having classes next week or the week after. Next week, it turns out there's this little thing called Christmas. You should be well set up for Christmas. I'm going to try to get you up a couple more tunes onto your list. But honestly, if you got nothing else other than what's on there, you'd be doing just fine. And so we won't meet that week or the week after. I'm going to start writing as much music as I can for January, and that will mean that we end up with what am I trying to say? We'll be going back to intro to baritone. So if you know anybody that's in your family that you want to give them a little gift, order them a baritone right now so that they have it in between now and the first of the year, and they can start with us. So we will go back to doing level 1, level 2, and level 3 for you guys. So we will be doing a beginner song, an intermediate song, something out of book 2, and then we will be having a stretch piece each week as well. So I will probably be working at getting you a piece that's high level, kind of complicated, make you cry a little bit. I want you to be sad as a musician. And so we'll be doing in January. I think my plan is to combine the ukulele and baritone class sheet music so that both classes are playing the same thing all of the time. That way well, frankly, so I will be having double play, so I will get better at them as well. But level 1 and level 2, I'm good for ukulele and for baritone. Level 3 is where some of you guys have been playing a long time. You want that higher level stuff. So, and that's the plan at the moment, is to do levels 1, 2, and 3 for baritone and ukulele being the same, and then you're just in different keys, and that way you will have the ability to play solo for baritone in all those ways. And then if you get together with a ukulele player, your chord shapes change, and you magically become the chord player. They become the lead because they are higher voicing, and you would play from their sheet music rather than trying to play from your sheet music. And that's why for you guys, making sure you stay close to your chord playing is important. Let's see. Excellent plan, Gary. Excellent plan. That's all I want to hear. All I care about is Cindy's opinion. That's it. That's because Cindy will chase me down, and she would have no problem with stabbing me in a parking lot. So yeah. So that's the plan, at least, is to have a level 1, level 2, level 3, sort of simultaneously. Obviously, for me, I still think level 1 is really where most people need to be focused in on, and really getting your skills good and solid. And so just because you have been playing a while doesn't mean you shouldn't be digging into those. I mean, there is a whole lot to learn from Three Blind Mice, a whole lot. And so, yeah, you could read Cindy's note there as, yeah, right? Or, yeah, right. If you haven't met Cindy, you need to bring her a Starbucks. She's got an attitude problem. Deck the halls. C chord. Deck the halls with boughs of holly. La 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 la. Right? Not too much there. If you look through, and I always kind of peek like, what am I going to get into? I'm like, oh, okay, 3 chords. I can handle that. And then we'll play the melody, and then we will do the tough acts. Okay, and not too fast. Okay, I'm gonna play. I'll play melody first to help my voice get at least partly in the neighborhood. Then we'll do chords. Same thing as last song. 1, 2, 3, 4. 3, 1, 0, 3, 1, 3, 0, 1, 3, 0, 1, 3, 0, 3, 1, 0, 1, 3, 1, 0, 3, 1, 3, 0, 1, 3, 0, 1, 3, 0, 3, 1, 0, 1, 3, 0, 1, 3, 0, 1, 3, 3, 0, 2, 3, 5, 7, 8, 7, 5, 3, 1, 0, 3, 3, 1, 0, 3, 1, 3, 0, 1, 5, 5, 5, 5, 3, 1, 0, 3, 1 to the top. Deck the halls with boughs of holly. Fa la 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 la, la 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 la. 'Tis the season to be jolly. Fa la 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 la, la 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 la. Don we now our gay apparel. Fa la 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 la. Troll the ancient Yuletide carol. Fa la 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 la. Chord melody. bit fast, right? Probably a little too fast. So let's go back through. Let's play the tough uke one more time. If tough uke's not your bag yet, you're playing melody, and a little bit, quite a bit slower. How about that? I'll switch to Claude just for fun. 1, 2, 3, 4. Thoughts? How we playing on that one? That's a fun one. I think if you can get your tough uke up to legitimate 120, you'll have a winner on your hand here. The nice part is chords are predictable, right? Chords are not out of control. The melody, again, mostly hanging around here. Where you get into trouble, obviously, at measure 11 when he goes all the way up the neck, and you heard me fight it a tiny bit, but it makes sense if you go F2 3 bar 7 8, and then just lose the bar while you're still holding that 7 down. And then it's just a little scale going down. Carol says deck's going well for her. It's really built off of the C scale. So a lot of that is pretty straightforward. If you can get 11 and 12 figured out, that's the big battle on this song. And then at 15, making sure you're ready for the D minor on 5. Okay, so just sliding up right there. Boom. Because your D minor's here. You have a B minor. That's your B minor, right? And on ukulele, E minor. For baritone, it's B minor. Up 1 is C minor. And up 2 more is D minor. Okay, so that's what's going on there. If you want to make it sound a little bit different, you can actually put on a bar with your A minor shape. Takes a little bit of the mystery out of it, a little bit, not quite. In my mind, it sounds a little less good. D minor here. And the reason it sounds pretty cool is you got this D string here, D, G, B, E, right? D, G, B, E. And this D chord is the root of the D minor. So you can just play this 5, 6, 7, 0, 7, 6, 5. Just, you might even slow it down a little bit. And grab your C chord there. And then this is one where I would give it just a minute before you hit it, and then really play that one down, like make that a pianissimo. Then you sound like a concert guitarist. Bump, blum, right? So it's decked the hall, silly little tune, but there's plenty there to make it fun. See how fast you can get that one, and you'll end up with a pretty neat piece of music. Hey, we got 8 minutes left. It is time to grab out the Menuet Suite. You guys will remind me that we're starting on Greensleeves tomorrow. I don't have any ability to remember from day to day what's going on. I lost my coffee cup this morning. That's how bad my life is. In terms of my brain being focused. If that's the hardest thing you have in life, then that's pretty good. But so you guys will remind me that we are playing Greensleeves to start off tomorrow. And to wrap up today, I want to play Bach's Menuet Suite. We've been ignoring that this week, and it's already Tuesday. And so I want us to play that Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday this week. I want you to get good at this piece. I want this piece to be the piece that you hang on to until you have it really, really solid. I do have an ulterior motive to go with this piece. And so we're not letting go of it for a little bit here. All right, box minuet suite. We'll play top to bottom. We're going to ignore the repeats today, tomorrow, and Thursday, and then on Friday we'll play it top to bottom with the repeats. And the one thing I get into, where every time that I get into this piece, I get going a little bit too fast, and that's when I end up in a pickle. Because at first, I'm okay, but then as I get into the minor feeling of it in the middle of the song, it gets a whole lot more difficult to play, and all of a sudden I'm going too fast. So let's keep it slow, keep the pacing. It says 120. That's just for the computer. That's not for you. I'm probably thinking 80 might be a good place to be at. And again, just staying focused. Just you playing the melody is perfectly fine as long as you're playing with me. We're playing a duet. I'm going to play the tough uke. You're going to play the melody, and we're going to be trying to keep it up together. And if I start to lag a little bit, I can't hear you, right? But you can hear me. So if I start to lag a little bit, you have to lag a little bit. And if I start to speed up a little bit, you have to speed up a little bit. Our goal is to stay more or less together through the whole thing. Okay? Great opportunity to play a high-level, legitimate piece of classical music as a duet with somebody else. Okay? 1, 2, 3. There's your 18. Two. 59. Yeah, iffy job today. That page 4 tears me up. Hopefully that's been coming along for you, and you're finding that you're getting better and better and better week by week on that. Don't give up on this one. This one's going to be a thing, and we're going to keep at it. Sounds kind of Christmassy anyway, right? So it's perfect for the season. It must be time to quit because Henry has just shown up to the door, and what he's been doing lately is saying, "Hey, let me in," and then he sometimes doesn't come in. So hope you guys are having a wonderful day. Let's let Henry in. Come on in, Henry. Random act of kindness. Be safe. Practice. Keep showing up. Subscribe. Like. And subscribe and like here. And then if you aren't a member of the website, give that some consideration. Go over to the website, jollyrogerukulele.com, and hit subscribe, and all things fascinating and interesting will be revealed to you. And that's what I know. That's what I know. Did the chat box die? Are you guys busy playing? It's 10:50. I'm going to pull the plug. I will see you guys soon. And I hope you're having a wonderful day. See some of you in ukulele. See some of you in harmonica. What? Talk to you later. Bye.